After the recent announcement of the Titan's discontinuation, Nissan's offer of pickup trucks has come to just one, the Frontier. That won't last for long, because the Japanese carmaker has big plans for the future, and in them, you can also find a brand new small pickup. The management has been considering such a vehicle for quite a while, and the moment has finally come for Nissan to launch a $23K Ford Maverick Challenger. Nissan Hardbody comeback. It may surprise you, but Nissan's tradition of making pickup trucks is among the longest in the automotive world. The first trucks were produced way back in the 1930s, and a few decades later, the company also started delivering them to North America, first under Datsun's badge, and later under the Nissan brand. Older generations remember very well the good old Nissan Hardbody, especially the model from the mid-80s, which was one of the most popular small pickups in the market. Just like modern small pickups, that model also featured a car-based design, and it was one of the rare models of that kind to be offered in both single and double cab layouts with different bed sizes. For that reason, bringing back a well-known nameplate seems quite appropriate, though officials have been quiet so far on this matter. All-electric pickup in plans. Officials may have been quiet about the name, but the idea of making an all-electric pickup was announced a while ago. Moreover, the company also came up with a study and came to the conclusion that compact dimensions would be a perfect choice for the new pickup. Namely, even though there are already numerous all-electric pickup trucks on the market, all of them are full-size, and if we consider that the aforementioned Titan was never able to establish a respectable position among such large pickups, it makes way more sense to see Nissan finding its own niche. After all, Nissan was the first company to launch a mass-production electric car and already has a decent history in this segment, so making an EV with a pickup body wouldn't be as challenging as in the case of some other truck makers. The company already has technology, pretty advanced we would say. Just take a closer look at the new Aria and you'll see a crossover that doesn't just feature attractive aesthetics, but also quite respectable EV performance, including 250 miles of range. All this perfectly aligns with the company's plans to launch 15 electric cars by the end of this decade. The only potential issue in such a scenario would be the price, as we doubt Nissan can make such a pickup competitively priced when compared to the Ford Maverick, so offering something a little bit more conventional might actually be a better solution. Not just an EV. Even though officials announced their plans for the pickup segment and its electrification, they never explicitly said that the new pickup would be exclusively all-electric. This leaves room for other kinds of setups and a more conventional design approach, which would be highly beneficial in terms of pricing, as we just mentioned. In order to cut production costs, such a conventional design approach would mean the use of some of the existing platforms, and that leads us to Nissan's most common CMF architecture. What this means is that the Japanese manufacturer would use the same design approach as Ford and Hyundai and design a pickup that's heavily based on some of the existing crossovers. Of course, that primarily refers to the Rogue, which was redesigned less than 2 years ago and which represents the company in the compact SUV segment, a segment that's closest to compact pickups in terms of size and technical solutions. Besides the platform, this would also mean the use of similar aesthetics. As the Rogue is still pretty fresh, it makes perfect sense to see a similarly executed front-end design. Hyundai did the exact same thing with the Santa Cruz, but it wasn't accepted as well as the Maverick, which differentiated itself from the rest of the Ford lineup, so that's the other possibility for Nissan engineers, to come up with something boxier and more rugged, with something that could also resemble the famous Hardbody from the 80s. In any case, we expect to see typical dimensions for the segment, while a crew cab layout is a must. We won't exclude the possibility of seeing a single or extended cab layout, which would sacrifice a little bit of comfort in order to bring a more usable cargo bed. Powertrain options. The use of a more conventional platform also means more conventional engine options, and that's actually Nissan's comfort zone because the current generation Rogue also brought a new 3-cylinder turbo engine which offers quite respectable performance combined with excellent fuel economy. That 1.5-liter engine puts out 201 horsepower, and since it's turbocharged, it should be able to offer better driving dynamics than the Santa Cruz's naturally aspirated inline 4, for example. Still, the main thing about this engine is its fuel economy, which goes all the way up to 30 mpg in the city and 37 mpg on the highway. That's excellent for a compact crossover, and even though the new pickup could potentially lower these ratings for a bit, it would still be quite impressive. Of course, that's still below the Maverick's super efficient powertrain, but the new pickup could potentially compensate for that with better driving dynamics and lower starting price. Let's not forget that Ford's electrified pickup is getting more and more expensive every year, and that the 2024 model will start at around $26,500. For the first time, it won't be the base powertrain offer, but rather a $1,500 upgrade over the Turbo 4. hybrid might be a perfect compromise. As we've just mentioned, the all-electric Nissan pickup would probably cost too much for the segment, but some sort of upgrade over the standard gas-only model would still be required. Of course, we're talking about a hybrid. Ford did a fantastic job by using several Toyota patents to hybridize the Maverick. That resulted in exceptional fuel economy. So, Nissan will have to go in a slightly different direction, and luckily, the company already has something in its bag of tricks. They have a technology called e-Power, something that may sound unfamiliar to American drivers, but something that's been in use in Europe for a while. Namely, that hybrid system already powers models like the Qashqai, which is what we call the Rogue Sport here in North America. That system features a 1.5-liter engine with 158 horsepower, but none of these ponies move the wheels. Instead, the gas engine serves as a power generator that feeds the battery, and later, the electric motor, which delivers around 190 horsepower. While that's on par with the Maverick in terms of power, keep in mind that we're talking about 190 electric horsepower, as this setup provides a driving experience that is pretty much the same as in an all-electric vehicle, which potentially means better driving dynamics compared to the equally powered hybrid setup. In theory, this means the best of two worlds, with the EV driving experience combined with range and refueling convenience of a traditional gasoline-powered car. In practice, it's still too early for the verdict. Interior and features. With all the things we've mentioned regarding the powertrain, there's no doubt that the new Nissan Hardbody would be an interesting pickup. But would that be enough to make it more appealing than the Maverick? We presume Nissan would have to offer something more. So, one of the potential advantages could be a more upscale interior. The Rogue is praised for its well-designed interior, full of quality materials and tech features, so we might see some of that in the new pickup as well. It's no secret that the Maverick is mediocre in this aspect, so this could actually be an aspect to stand out with. Of course, we don't expect to see the exact same level of quality in the same interior layout, because Nissan would have to keep one thing in mind: the price. But something appealing enough is a must, and especially a decent amount of standard equipment, even in the most basic variants. As we mentioned earlier in the video, a crew cab layout is a must, and if we consider that Nissan traditionally makes some of the best seats in the market, comfort might also be one of the strong selling points. Two adult-friendly rows in combination with massive and supportive seats are something that could potentially attract non-traditional pickup buyers, and there are many of them in this segment. The potential addition of a single cab layout, on the other hand, would bring a longer and more usable cargo bed, as the unit on the crew cab model would come with the same limitations as those found in the Maverick and Santa Cruz, which are no more than 4.5 and 4.3 feet long respectively. Release date and price. Although Nissan has been considering the idea of making a compact pickup for a while, we still don't have proof that the development has started. And for that reason, it's safe to say that the new pickup isn't going to arrive so soon. Sometime in 2025 sounds like the most likely scenario for a pickup that should also come with a quite attractive sticker price. Namely, if Nissan really decides to offer a single or extended model, that automatically means a lower starting price. Some sources speculate about $23,000 for the base model, equipped with the aforementioned turbocharged gasoline engine, which would make it the most affordable pickup on the market. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.